The burial didn't hold many public hearings. When it did, they happened in the atrium of acceptable disputes, a tall, echoing chamber, and the last recorded hearing had been 3 years ago. A woman tried to sue her future self for unforeseen emotional damage. She lost. Mutale's case was worse. She wasn't appealing a reassignment. She was challenging an override. A move so rare the burial didn't even have a template. At the center of the atrium stood the Paper Sisters, a two-person tribunal with the charm of iron and the temperament of ink. They didn't speak in unison, but they breathed like a matched set. They wore grey robes. Mutale was told to speak once, clearly. No embellishment, no emotional appeals. Fates, after all, were meant to be objective. She submitted her override reports in the order, and her original fate still sealed in parts, stamped with the evidence of 2 decades of silence. One of the sisters left and returned in seconds with a second folder. Tina, unlabeled, red-rimmed. Inside was a second acceptance paragraph. Different handwriting. Same content. It was dated 3 days after the storm. Signed, Mwansa Chola. Mutale didn't move. She didn't need to. The truth had already landed. Mwansa was immediately called into the room. He arrived just before the verdict. Pressed shirt, polished shoes, mouth full of carefully selected words. He didn't deny it, just framed it. Mutale was quiet. She liked structure. I thought I could do more with it. The room didn't react. The burial didn't punish selfishness, only disruption. The Paper Sisters looked at her for the first time with full attention, asking if she wanted to reclaim her fate, directly, unambiguously. A moment of stillness, a long pause. Mutale didn't speak. To her, it wasn't just a matter of taking back a life she never lived. That fate, that ambassador's fate, wasn't frozen in time. It had continued without her, folded into the system, reassigned, fragmented. Mwansa have used pieces of it. Someone out there had been inspired by a speech she never gave. Reclaiming that fate would mean reversing dozens of other adjustments. Other lives would change. Some of them might collapse. She couldn't undo 2 decades without consequences. She decided to ask for something rare, not a return. I want a rewrite of my fate by myself, Mutale said. The Paper Sisters considered. One whispered into the other's collarbone. The older one nodded. Permission was granted. She wrote 4 lines. I do not want what was taken. I do not want what was stitched. I want the part I can name. I want the version that begins here. The sisters nodded. A red stamp appeared on the top of the page. Origin reset approved. Mwansa was not punished. Not officially. He was allowed to keep the fragments of the fate he had carried, on the condition that he stopped referring to himself as the youngest cultural ambassador in Zambian history. In his speech, a small prize. Mutale didn't demand an apology. She didn't need one. She knew what had been done. The burial issued a small correction in their internal newsletter. One historical override has been resolved. One fate has been reopened. Please update your logs accordingly. At her desk that afternoon, a new file appeared. Blank. Soft gold edges. No label. When she opened it, a line appeared in real time. This fate is waiting to be written.